se formó. La música con variedad, tocamos desde salsa hasta reggaetón. Un vacilón, este es el show de la mañana en el tapón. Son un bombón, tírame heavy, helicón. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show. Esto es el show de la mañana, el show.
Este es el show de la mañana con Elio,
Dianelis y la bandida.
Welcome to the Greater Gainesville Chamber Radio Show, where you can amplify your business through Tu Fiesta Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Chamber Radio Talk Show. Let's go! Welcome. We love being here with our Greater Gainesville Chamber of Commerce, where we amplify our business community voices. And today we have an amazing guest, another business, and we have our diplomat also well represented here, that we're going to be bilingually, ¿cómo decimos? Bilingüe, una manera bilingüe. We're going to do some Spanglish because we have JC with us. Ella es de Holiday Inn representando nuestros diplomáticos de la Cámara de Comercio, y por supuesto we have our great Steve Cannon in the house.
Always a pleasure.
How you doing today, Steve?
Fantastic, man. Just trying to get fired up, man. Getting the energy going.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Get ready for a great show.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And letting you know that we're live on 95.7. We're also live on Tu Fiesta Radio FM on our app. Descarga, download our app on your iPhone, your Android, and you can also enjoy our morning show on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. So, Steve, who is our guest today?
Our guest today is one of our business owners here in Gainesville, Joseph Cassioppo. He owns Cassioppo Bookkeeping. He's been very heavily engaged with our chamber, and I'd love to come out here, have him talk a little bit about who he is, what he does, and just see what kind of joy he brings to our community. Really, he's very involved with our chamber. So I'm psyched that he's here today. Joseph, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Can we get an applause for Joseph?
Welcome!
All right, there we go.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
That's awesome, Joseph. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And bookkeeping and taxes and accounting and financial, that's always crucial part for any business to learn and to understand, right? And get to meet business owners that they understand that industry. So welcome to our morning show.
Yeah, thank you. I love this space. It's really fun for me. I love numbers. I've always loved math. And I know a lot of people really don't like that stuff. So the fact that I get to bring joy and serve other people in this way is amazing.
That is awesome.
Hey, I always love to ask first off, what brought you to Gainesville? We have people come here for different reasons, school, family. Why are you here?
Sure. Yeah. I went to UF from 2014 to 2018.
Okay.
It was awesome. I studied computer science and business. And math as well, a few different things. And when I graduated in 2018, I was engaged to my wife, who I met here. We met over at St. Augustine's Catholic Church.
Okay.
We met there, got engaged senior year, which was awesome. And then we moved over to Virginia for my first job as a computer programmer. And then in 2023, we decided to move back to Florida. We were going to move anywhere in Florida, but we loved the Gainesville area. We had 2 kids at the time. Now we have 3, and we have a 4th on the way.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we're busy at my house. Yeah. I know. No, I love those kids. I think they're watching right now, so hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. But yeah, so, we wanted to come here, be closer to our family and friends who are in Florida. We thought Gainesville would be a great place to raise a family. My wife is a photographer, and she specializes in doing college graduates. So her working with University of Florida grads is a dream for her, and I love it here. I do my computer work and bookkeeping work all from home, so I can do it anywhere, and we love it here.
So, déjame preguntarte, let me ask you, how did Cassioppo bookkeeping, become if you were in computer programming? O sea, ¿de dónde salió eso de ir de estar programando computadoras a cambiar para hacer accounting y todo eso?
That's a great question. My wife, she's had her business since 2021, and I've loved doing the bookkeeping for her. And I always love doing budgeting for our family and stuff. And honestly, I kind of felt like I wanted to do more of that because I just finished both of our sets of books and numbers so quickly. And so I learned how to do it on a more professional manner and how to do it for all sorts of businesses earlier this year. And then I've had several clients come in this year, and I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been everything that I've dreamed of.
I love that.
Yeah, and just to follow up on the question that JC asked you is like, how do you feel like you have used some of your other careers in bookkeeping? Like, because I mean, you have mentioned like 7 careers, none of them are easy. That's so complex. So I wonder how you use this one right here, like computer science or programming, and then put it into bookkeeping. All of that is about numbers.
Yeah, I love that question. I've actually thought about that a lot, of how my background with programming and the way I know software has really impacted my bookkeeping. If anyone's used QuickBooks, you know that QuickBooks is very complicated to work with and it's kind of a pain. But I really know how software works, and I can understand what the people who built it were trying to do. And so whenever I put something in the software, I know exactly how it impacts the system. I think that's something people struggle with, is when they enter numbers in QuickBooks or create a new account and all these different things, not to get too technical. They don't know how it impacts the other parts of the system, and that's something I really understand really well, and it's been easy for me to pick that up. And then I've always just loved numbers, and I loved calculus when I was in high school. AP Calculus was my favorite class, and it was just so much fun. And my mom has funny stories about when I was a kid. On Friday nights, I would get home and I would want to do math those nights, and my parents would be like, "Why are you want to do math right now? We just want to relax. We just got home from work."
Playing Sudoku on Friday night.
Exactly. Yes, Sudoku is a great game. I love Sudoku.
That's amazing, right? When you like something that you make that something part of your life, no matter what's the situation. That's so cool.
Exactly. And a lot of people really hate it, and I completely understand why they would hate it. I can see how it's not fun and it's boring and dumb, right? But I love it, and I love that I get to help people who don't like to do it and do it really well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of accountants that just do not like QuickBooks at all, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the online version.
I know. QuickBooks can be a pain to work with.
But it does do a lot for the business, makes it easy. But I would guess when you plug a number, and it's kind of like when you're doing your taxes, it's like you plug this in and it does these other 12 things at the same time, and you understand why you're plugging in the number.
Exactly. Or just when something goes wrong, like why a number on a certain report changed in a way, and like something people struggle with is how to enter loans or assets and different things, and it's just kind of weird how you have to put it in. Not really intuitive, but I understand how to do that. So,
but understanding the backbone, I guess, is it's easier for you to communicate with your customers. Like, this is why this is happening, and this is why we need these numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something I love about what I get to do, because I've heard stories of some people have a bookkeeper who doesn't really explain things well. They just kind of do the books and send them the reports. They don't even send them the reports, and I just feel like that's not very useful. I mean, sure, you have your books ready for tax time, but if you don't understand the numbers of your business and what's actually happening, how can you make new strategies and grow your business better? You need those numbers. It's really important, and you need to know what they're actually talking about and telling you. And that's something that's important for me as a bookkeeper to explain to my clients.
And I want to ask you, so now in your experience, what's the top 3 mistakes that business owners make financially when it's regarding bookkeeping, right?
Yeah, I think one thing, honestly, is just not outsourcing it sooner. I think there's a lot of value in knowing how to do it yourself and struggling through it a little bit at the beginning, but once you get to a certain point, you really need to outsource it to somebody else, because it takes so much time, especially if you don't know what you're doing in QuickBooks. You're, 1, going to get it wrong, and 2, it's just going to take you forever to try to fix it, and you don't even know how to fix it. And it's just, I really hate seeing that happen to people. So really just not outsourcing it sooner. And then if you are doing it, some people sometimes just like double count their income, which, then you end up paying more taxes, or they don't track expenses well enough, because sometimes, like, if you pay some expenses, especially when you're starting a business, on a personal card before you even have a business card, some people don't even track any of those expenses, and then you're losing tax deductions and lots of different things. So I don't know, there's so many mistakes you could make, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think, and even if you can't outsource it, if you can't afford that, I think something that would be really helpful, one big piece of advice I would say to a business owner, is just get someone to train you to do it, because it could still, you still might have to pay a few $100s to pay somebody to help you, but I think it's well worth it, because of course you can learn it on YouTube for free, but what do you actually need to know, and how do you know you're getting the good information? It's really tough in the internet age we're in now.
I wouldn't learn that on YouTube, by the way. That's not oil change or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I'd be like, here, you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah.
I actually love QuickBooks, believe it or not. I love it, and
really,
I do love it, because it makes your life so easy, and once you learn it, you can actually debate, and every time you meet with your CPA, it is a language that you are speaking and at the same time, rather than, I don't know. I used to hate it, by the way. But once you get to know it and the little details, oh my goodness, it becomes so even enjoyable if you think about it. Because before QuickBooks, it used to be even more pain, because we didn't have the technology to keep up with so many little things. And at the end of the year, you're like, I didn't even report this thing. You know what I mean? You get so many, diferentes cosas que se te van de la mano.
Y te despiertas a la medianoche y te dice, oh, I forgot to cover that. I have to put that back in there.
Yeah.
No, and it's so satisfying having it all set up and seeing all your numbers the right way. And especially for me, I do a lot of cleanups where a business has their books that they've been trying to do, and it's just kind of messed up, and just fixing it and getting it into the right place is very satisfying.
A question I always hear from, everybody, like either team people that they belong to other teams or business owners, like, what's the difference between a bookkeeper or bookkeeping staff or a CPA team? What's the difference?
Yeah, that's a great question. The bookkeeper, which is what I do, is just handling the books, so going into QuickBooks or Xero or whatever your bookkeeping software is, and organizing everything, making sure all your transactions are recorded, tracking loan payments, making sure all your assets are in there, basically anything related to that. And then the CPA, they can also do bookkeeping stuff, and then they do a lot of tax stuff, and they can help you with tax strategy, preparing your taxes, of course, and filing them, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't actually prepare any taxes, but I just get everything ready, and then I communicate with a lot of CPAs and get them the books and the way they need it to be, and then they can file, and hopefully I'm making their life easier.
That's fantastic. So, espero que esa pregunta se haya entendido. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre una persona que lleva los libros de un negocio y no sé cómo decir CPA en español? So, CPA.
La persona que te hace los taxes.
Exacto. Y que también trabaja con las estrategias para los taxes, que es muy importante hacer eso. In case you're gonna buy a house, buy a property, is either for your own house or like an investment property in case you already have a house. Very important to have a team that they work together, bookkeeper with CPA. So I think that question comes very often, from business owners.
And I think it's very important too. Es muy importante porque las leyes siempre están cambiando. The laws are always changing, and having somebody who's dedicated to always be up to date with that is, in your best interest is always important.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome to have a bookkeeper and a CPA, because if you have two people looking at your numbers, you have two people who can give you insights and just work together to have the best possible plan for you.
So let's talk about how the chamber has impacted your business, because Steve just mentioned that you've been very active in the chamber. When you became a member, what year did you become a member?
I became a member this year. I think it was around April that I joined. And I've loved it. So Eric, the head honcho of the chamber, I'm friends with him at my church, and so he helped me to join, and I've really enjoyed it, just all the networking, and I've been to a lot of the business before hours events. I've been to the small business support group where business owners of small businesses meet, and we just kind of talk through things that we're struggling with, and we celebrate each other's wins. And I think it's a really nice time to get together and just know other people who are going through some of the same things that I'm going through. Just meeting people in the community. I've learned about a lot of different spots around town and businesses that I never would have learned if I wasn't in the chamber.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It is. So making the connections is important as a small business owner. How do you find your clients? Who's a good client for you? I mean, describe, if you could, like, what size business? Is there a particular type of business? Or
Sure, yeah.
Tell me about your client base.
Sure, yeah. I have a few nonprofits. I've really been enjoying helping nonprofits with bookkeeping. Nonprofit bookkeeping is a lot more complicated than for-profit bookkeeping. There's a lot more things you need to track because you have to. I won't get into the details, but anyway, it's more complicated. But I've been enjoying nonprofits. I've also enjoyed just helping small businesses, people who are just starting within the last year or two, helping them get their books up to date or teaching them how to do it. That's been a lot of my client base recently. In terms of how I find clients, of course I have my website, so I've actually found some people have found me on Google, which has been good. And then I've already gotten some word of mouth, referrals, which has been awesome. And then just meeting people through networking and, just meeting people.
That's amazing. So, Casiopo bookkeeping, we talked about this before actually coming back on air, but I want to ask you now live, where is that name coming from?
My last name, Casiopo, is Italian, so you can say Cacciopo, or since I'm Latin, we say Casiopo in my family. I'm also Puerto Rican, my dad's side of the family, where I get Casiopo from, they grew up down in Miami, but I have roots back to Italy, and then my mom and her side of the family, they grew up in Puerto Rico. My grandma's from Dominican Republic.
So you have Puerto Rican, Dominican Republic, Italian, and Miami.
Yeah, I do. My goodness. And then my wife is Chinese, and so my kids all have such a crazy, ethnic background. It's pretty cool.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. Like they are gonna be, surrounded by such a diverse, world.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So Casiopo Bookkeeping. En caso de que acabas de sintonizar, in case you are just tuning in, we're talking with Joseph. He's the owner of Casiopo Bookkeeping. We're talking about how to keep the books, what they do, and how you can benefit from his business. So, Joseph, do you normally deal with all of it? You have like a team that supports your business. How can you manage? Because I can only imagine. Running one business or one project is a lot of work. So do you do it yourself or you have a team?
I do everything myself right now. Definitely the goal is to grow into having a team in the future. I'm a very, very organized person. I know that's pretty typical among like bookkeeping, accounting type people. But I'm very organized. My time management's really good. So it hasn't been too bad for me to manage it all right now, like doing all the meetings and doing all my own marketing and obviously doing the bookkeeping work for my clients and communicating with them. That's definitely been very manageable so far for me. But I know that at some point, if I do want to grow, I do need to have a team, and I'm very excited for that stage when I get there.
And you still made it to the morning show. Unbelievable.
On time, yes.
On time, yeah. There was crazy traffic this morning.
That's incredible. That's incredible. No sé si Jesse, si queremos traducir algo de lo que él ha dicho, que tú crees que pudiéramos traducir de lo que ha dicho Joseph aquí.
Tendría que repetirlo porque
ahí está.
Por un oído salió por el otro.
Bueno, prácticamente queremos compartirte de que Joseph es el dueño de Casiopo Bookkeeping, que ellos te ayudan con todo lo que es llevar los libros de un negocio. Sometimes when you say like keeping the books, a business owner, they don't get it, right? They don't understand what that means. How can we explain that to a business owner that especially they are about to, let's talk about something that it is a little more simple, like someone that have like a duet, like two people that they are trying to launch like a food truck, right? And they think they haven't thought about like keeping my books, right? For them, that's something that they are not very familiar with. How can we explain that to that family right here?
Yeah, sure. It really, bookkeeping is just recording all of your transactions, all your income and expenses, all your assets and your liabilities, which is just things you own and things you owe, and just making sure that all your numbers line up. There's two main reports that people use. There's the profit and loss statement and the balance sheet. The profit and loss is where you track your income and your expenses, how much money you make, how much money you spend. And then the balance sheet is where you track everything you own and what you owe, your assets and liabilities. And those two reports just give you a good picture of how your business is doing overall. I highly recommend you just sign up on QuickBooks. It's a really good software. I know earlier I said it was a pain, but I do enjoy the software. I think it works really well and is very powerful. Yeah. You just need to know how to use it. But once you get set up on QuickBooks, it's awesome because you can set it up to connect to your bank account to automatically bring your transactions in. And then as long as you know how to, put everything, add everything properly, then everything just works. So I think that's as simple as I can explain it.
And if you, exactly. And if you offer services, different services, you can actually create categories with all the service and all the details, and it's the descriptions, and it's so it becomes easy, once you understand the concept of it. And you said something, it's softwares. That's why I like it, because I like softwares. If you like softwares, and even if they are complex, because when we started working with Adobe Audition, are you familiar with Adobe Audition? It was a pain. Unbelievable. And then once you get to know it, you love it, because it's like a tool like that vehicle that you can drive now, right? It's like when someone doesn't know how to drive, they say, like, I hate driving. You just don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
That's it, right? But that's the thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph from, once again, Casiopo Bookkeeping. Joseph Casiopo, yes. And you speak a little bit Italian, Joseph?
I don't speak any Italian.
Ma che dice?
I know.
No, but I love Italian, by the way.
Yeah, my wife took a trip to Italy, a study abroad trip, when we were in college, and she learned some Italian, so she tried to teach me some, but I don't remember any of it.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I haven't been in Italy, but I know it's amazing, because the movies and the pictures that you see, and I can't wait to go to Italy. And where do you know in Italy, where is your family from?
We have origins back in Sicily. I think my aunt took an Ancestry.com test, one of those things, and I think back in Sicily. But I want to take one day too and really learn more about where exactly I'm from. That'd be cool.
I went to Italy earlier this year, cuando fui a Italia este año, y entonces me explicaron que el sur de Italia y el norte de Italia, so North and South Italy, are two different Italies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the southern, la parte sur, es mucho más relajada, la gente tú sabes, no es tanto el trabajo, sino la vida, tener un buen tiempo en todo. Bueno, el norte es un poco más trabajo, como es más el diario.
Yeah, and they say that it's a part of Italy that they speak louder than others, right? I don't know what part is it, but they...
Creo que es el sur, porque cuando está en el aeropuerto, when I was at the airport, está a un lado comiendo, y en el otro lado del aeropuerto alguien se estaba fajando, no sé qué estaba pasando, pero aparentemente era una conversación.
You thought they were fighting, they were just having a conversation. Oh my goodness. So before we jump into all the events and the old days that we have with the Chamber of Commerce, what would you like to do for fun when you are not thinking about numbers and programs and softwares and all these very complex things? What do you like to do in your free time?
Yeah, I have my 3 kids. They're 5, 3, and 1, so our life is entirely consumed by that right now. But I love it. I love being a dad. It's my favorite thing in the world. And, I just took my oldest son to the football game this past weekend when we played Mississippi State, and it was his second ever game. He had a blast, and I loved going with him and staying up super late, being in traffic together. He loved that for some reason. But I love sports, and I love my kids, and just being active. I love going to the gym. Lots of different things. It's fun life.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Great.
Enjoying everything Gainesville has to offer, right?
I do. Yeah.
That's amazing. So now let's talk about everything that is happening and what is coming up for the Chamber, Steve.
Are you talking about events specifically?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing here. We've got our Veterans Appreciation Luncheon. It's coming up next Thursday. It's going to be over at the Hilton. And the tickets are, I think, $35 to come and honor our veterans. And any veteran who registers, they get a free ticket to go to lunch. So It's really about, saying thank you for their service. And we look forward to seeing everybody there. It's a great event. It's the 6th year in a row we're doing this. So I love it. It's one of my favorite events. And the other one that's up there is our Business of the Year Awards. Right, that's coming up December 4th. All the applications are in. We're judging 11 different categories. One of them is Latin-owned Business of the Year. We've got companies like Salon del Sol, The Best Restoration, even Ideal Nutrition. People didn't realize that's locally owned business there. So we're looking forward to honoring and recognizing all our businesses on December 4th. It's a great event. Cocktail hour, plated dinner. It's a lot of fun. And again, we get to celebrate the good things going on with our businesses here in Gainesville.
That's
So
amazing.
looking forward to that. And I just want to give a shout out to the AC. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
our
me.
diplomats
Muchas
are like a
gracias.
volunteer group in the chamber, and they do so much to help us outreach and reach our members and help our businesses grow and get connected. So thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having me.
And JC, tell us your business. You're also, you're part of a business.
Yes,
You want to share your business?
Yo soy la directora de ventas y de marketing de Holiday Inn University Center, que está en la 13 University. La propiedad mía just went under an $11 million renovation, so 11 millones nos gastamos en renovar la propiedad por completo, so todos los cuartos, ellos sacaron todo que estaba dentro de esa propiedad y lo hicieron nuevo, electricidad, plumbing, literalmente cuando yo empecé en la propiedad todo estaba, no había ni paredes, porque lo quitaron todo y lo hicieron todo nuevo, so es prácticamente un hotel nuevo dentro de lo que era la propiedad vieja.
Wow.
La propiedad lleva ahí desde 1968. So ya muchos años ahí. It's a long-standing property in Gainesville. A lot of people have known the property, had their high school prom there, had, their parents stayed there when they went to UF for preview, 40 years ago. So muchas cosas han pasado en esa propiedad. Es muy bonito ver la propiedad, o sea, que ha cambiado tanto, que luce bonito, que luce mucho más moderno, que puede tener los amenities que no tenía antes, esencialmente. Tenemos una piscina en el tercer piso que mira para afuera la universidad y sunset allá afuera es absolutamente bello.
And I love it. Yeah, the view of the pool is incredible. Incredible.
I was watching the homecoming parade from the pool.
Oh, nice.
I think next year we might do something up there. I think it'd be a great idea.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Great idea.
That's awesome. That's awesome. JC, thank you so much. Gracias de verdad por compartirnos todo eso. Y en español, si tiene alguna pregunta, you would like to become part of the Chamber of Commerce, all they have to do is visit the website, right?
Visit our website, reach out to me, or if you're comfortable, reach out to Yacy or Joseph or Elio. They'd be happy, I'm sure, to speak with you and make the connection.
Let us know. We also are getting ready. We are ending the year. We are already inside the last quarter of the year. October is almost finished. Unbelievable.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. The next week is going to be the last week of October. Unbelievable. And we are going to announce next month our event for the last event of the year for the Latin chapter of the Chamber of Commerce, and we have surprises. Yeah, we want to bring a live band. We're going to celebrate. We're going to throw the house out of the window. Tú sabes, tirar la casa por la ventana. This is going to be amazing because that's how we do it. This is how we do it. So, Joseph, if we could leave our community, our business community, with a tip, a financial tip regarding bookkeeping, right? What tip would that be?
Sure. I'm going to give a general tip that's not just bookkeeping. I would say don't be afraid to outsource things, especially if you're a business owner, because outside of bookkeeping, we've talked enough about that. My wife and I, as we both are business owners, we outsourced cleaning our house, and just doing that and having a clean house, especially with our messy kids, is so nice. And we don't have to clean the floors. They just do it for us. And it gives us more time, not only to work on our business, but more time to rest, spend time with our kids, and just enjoy our lives. So don't be afraid to outsource, whether it's bookkeeping or cleaning or mowing your lawn or whatever it is. It's a really powerful tool you can use to grow and just enjoy your life a little more.
I like you mentioned that because, sometimes I talk to, friends that they are part of the business community, and they are a little skeptical to jump into that train that you just mentioned. And we were talking about that. I actually was talking with Gil about that and say I used to say, okay, on Saturdays I am gonna lawn the grass, right?
Yeah, me too.
And I found out that's the least thing that you want to do. And then so I have now this wonderful company. It's called RNS, landscaping company with Raul Sanchez. Since they are doing that, you can do so much more with that time. I can have quality time with my daughters and my wife. I can create. I can do whatever I want with that time.
Yes.
But not only that, you are doing at least three things. Number one, you are actually you are deciding in that time what you want to do, either quality time or grow your business, whatever you want. Number two, you are supporting a local business. That's the other thing that people don't realize. You are putting food on the table for another family that is part of our community, is part of our growth, okay? And the third time is that you're feeling good because the other two.
Yeah, no, and because you're feeling better, you have more energy to work on your business. So a lot of times people, they have more success, they make more money, they spend more time with their kids, they're just having more fun in their lives. If you just outsource those things, and I love what you said about helping build the community and support other businesses. That's so true.
Exactly.
I love it.
Imagine how selfish would be like, no, because I have to spend this little, but you are also supporting a local business.
Yeah.
So, and all of that comes right back. You have to keep an mindset of abundance, right? A mindset of growth, all of us together. So that's we could say that delegating others, and don't being afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, no, and it's scary. It's scary at first, especially if you have to spend. We have to spend a couple $100s for the cleaning, and it could definitely be a lot more for other people. But it's scary to do that. But it's so nice once you invest that and see the returns on it. Personally and financially, it's wonderful.
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, I thought for years I'm taking care of my yard, and my wife finally convinced me not to, and best decision ever. It's just nice when you come home and it's like you said, the floors are clean, the lawn hedges are trimmed. I mean, it's a nice feeling.
It is.
And Saturdays are a lot better now.
Definitely. So, just to translate that, delegar y pedir ayuda pudiera ser el consejo del día de hoy, ¿verdad, Jaycee?
Sí.
Y no tener miedo de prácticamente buscar otras fuentes de ayuda, ya sea para la limpieza del hogar, ya sea para las cosas de tu negocio, ya sea para cortar la grama, porque así puedes hacer más cosas con tu tiempo, pasar más tiempo de calidad con tu familia, o simplemente pensar en tu sueño, como si quieres sentarte a hacer nada. Tú sabes, es la cuestión de descansar, because as Joseph mentioned, I mean, when you rest, you are gonna be better, right, for the next day or the next 25 minutes. Just because you rest those 20 minutes, you're gonna have more energy when your son and your daughter, they show up from school, and how cool is that? You're gonna be able to play soccer with them, play baseball, do whatever you need, do a barbecue with Steve,
Come on over, man.
You might go to the pool, watch a parade.
Yeah. So
Bring your dogs.
Absolutely. So once again, this is our Chamber Talk Show every month here with our Great Gainesville Chamber of Commerce. We have updates, and I don't know you want to mention it. We've been all over the news. We actually talk a little bit here on the morning show in Spanish about that we have some changes on leadership coming up, right, for the Great Gainesville Chamber of Commerce.
We do.
And people have been asking, how is that going? I don't know. You want to share any updates on that?
I can't share too much.
Okay.
No. But we are diligently working with our executive team and our board of directors. For those of you who don't know, Eric O'Day, our president and CEO for the last 7 years at the Chamber, announced his resignation come December 31st. So we are looking at possible leadership changes and someone to take us through the next 7 to 10 years of our chamber community. So we'll keep you in the know.
Yes, also. So we're gonna update you as soon as we know, trust me, and we're gonna do it in Spanish. Te vamos a dejar saber en español qué es lo que está sucediendo, como siempre lo hacemos cada día en nuestra comunidad, porque eso es that's a very important leadership position within our community, and very important, the work, right, that Eric has done, it is tremendous. It's been fantastic how he's been able to build bridges between businesses, entities, the city, the county, everybody, and that's someone that we need someone like that, right, to fill the shoes, which is it's a lot of work, right, but we always know and we always trust our chamber that we are gonna find that person to continue the chip on the right direction. Así que we're gonna keep you up to date. A lot of people have been asking us about that. So we wanted to share some information on it. Joseph, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. This was so much fun. I'm really glad you guys invited me.
Absolutely. Thank you, JC, también por estar con nosotros.
No, gracias por tenerme, de verdad.
Claro que sí. Y thank you, Steve Cano.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to see you next month with our Chamber of Commerce for another segment where we spotlight businesses and amplify voices here in the show de la mañana.
En Gainesville, Florida, la casa de los latinos. Tu fiesta radio.
Hermanos latinos, soy Gilberto Santa Rosa y los invito a sintonizar Tu Fiesta Radio.
Hola, ¿qué tal? It's your girl Becky G. Los quiero mucho.
Soy Camilo. Tú sabes cómo va, te habla Nicky Jam.
Hola, soy Shakira.
Dímelo. Raúl Alejandro. Nosotros somos el grupo Manana.
Soy Melina León. Sintoniza en Tu Fiesta Radio.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? Yo soy Juanes.
Somos Flor del Tabaco y los invitamos a sintonizar Tu Fiesta Radio.
La variedad 24/7.
Tu Fiesta Radio, celebrando nuestra música. La casa de los latinos. En Gainesville, Florida, 95.7. Tu Fiesta Radio.
No. Mira lo que les he hecho a mi camioneta. Esto es tu culpa.
Yo estaba primero saliendo y usted me chocó a mí.
No. Tú. Yo voy a llamar ahora mismo a Jeffrey Melton, mi abogado.
Jeffrey, mi esposo, llámalo.
Melton Law habla Jeffrey.
Una mujer loca aquí. Me acaba de tocar la camioneta.
Jeffrey,
¿Un cliente nuevo? Sí, pero un poco complicado. Saludos mis hermanos latinos, soy Gilberto Santa Rosa y los invito a sintonizar Tu Fiesta Radio.
Hola, ¿qué tal? It's your girl Becky G. Los quiero mucho.
Soy Camilo. Tú sabes cómo va, te habla Nicky Jam.
Hola, soy Shakira.
Dímelo. Raúl Alejandro. Nosotros somos el grupo Manana.
Soy Melina León. Sintoniza en Tu Fiesta Radio.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? Yo soy Juanes.
Somos Flor del Tabaco y los invitamos a sintonizar Tu Fiesta Radio.
La variedad 24/7.
Tu Fiesta Radio, celebrando nuestra música. La casa de los latinos. En Gainesville, Florida, 95.7. Tu Fiesta Radio.
We're the Martin family, and we've been members of Campus USA since 1998.
It's very important to have a personal relationship with anyone you're doing business with. They don't try to guide you in another direction when they know who you are and what you're trying to do.
I think they give a lot of people a chance that other financial institutions would not.
Everyone, helps you, make sure you have what you need, exactly what you want, in the way that you want it.
I don't feel like a customer at campus. I feel like I'm a member of their family.